Uh,
have.
did you have a good weekend?
Mm, It was excellent. I have family visiting. We are doing sightseeing things, including visits again to the amusement park and
Nice.
museums, including the technical museum, where it's very heavy on branded content. Tekniska museet in Stockholm.
It
So
is?
Toyota has a Zero City exhibition where they envisage the city of the future, which includes a surprisingly large amount of Toyota products.
Oh,
Who would have guessed?
oh. I thought, really? I'm surprised. I
And
thought,
there's a massive exhibition on the Swedish gaming industry, brought to you by, well, you could probably guess, but
King or who? No.
and then there's a giant mining exhibition, which is paid for in part by what is the Swedish mining company that poisoned the little town in Chile?
LKAB, or you mean
Bofors.
Bofo? Yeah, yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, so it's like, and it's very funny because the mining exhibition, you walk through it and it's like the old kind of, well, 1700s mining and how horrible it was, etc. And then
Mm.
you come out to the modern mine. It's supposed to be all nice, and it's like,
Everything
oh
is
man,
nice
yeah,
and dandy. Yeah,
was it worth all that suffering to get there? I don't know, but it makes the country rich, I guess.
I guess. Um, but that's terrible.
It was an interesting experience, because I remember going there as a kid. When you go as an adult, you get a slightly different
Yeah, but
perspective
I
on.
wonder, I wonder if things have changed over the years. Because Sweden, as a social democratic country,
Yeah,
has
yeah,
moved more into the free market economy kind of, you know, thingy, and perhaps this sponsorship thing is fairly new. I don't know.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
I have not looked it up.
No,
Let us know in the comments.
no. Well, I've been busy, just resting, just taking it easy, working a little bit on some design work. I like to do some logos and
Oh yeah.
graphic design as well. So I fixed a few things. I'm working on some client, not client. I'm doing it for my friends basically, but uh, um, yeah, I designed a small a logotype for a construction company, or actually, now that we talk about new things in Sweden, uh, so this is what I've been doing. I've been fixing this. Uh,
Very nice.
it's
That
clean and
is,
nice. I modified
yeah,
some fonts to be more softish, and then I created this thing.
yeah, that's awesome.
But it's a staffing company, right? So
Uh-huh.
back in the days, everyone was employed by their employers. Now, the new trend in Sweden is that people are not employed, but they are employed by like they have part-time employment for a company that rents them out to other companies, and it's a
Yeah,
way to bypass the fairly strict Swedish employment, legislation.
yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. I've been also doing this. It's a menu
Mm.
for the restaurant that I'm kind of involved in, and this is a logo I designed for them the other
Cool.
week. So it's
That's
kind of neat.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing around with that because sometimes you want to go visual, which is kind of a good way segue into what we're doing, right?
This is true, but one last comment on the state of the world, which is that some big news emanating from the United States last night.
Yeah.
I was surprised. So basically, today is the 9th of August. So if you're watching this afterwards, last night the FBI executed a search warrant on Mar-a-Lago in
Mm.
Florida, which I did not, I did not expect that.
I think not many people have. Um,
It's a big deal, huh?
I
It's a big deal.
it's definitely an enormous deal. I think
Yeah.
the left or liberal pundits are are going into orgasmic states
Yeah.
you know
Catatonic from joy and
yeah. I think
um,
I was just watching Rachel Maddow, and she said like, if there's any day you should buy a physical paper, you should buy one today and just fold it neatly and save it for future generations, because today is the day where a president's home has been raided. But you see, I would love to see him being indicted and you know
yeah.
put to jail first before I buy physical newspapers to save for the future world. Uh,
His nickname in New York in the 80s was the Teflon Don because no charge would stick.
oh, I thought that was John Gotti.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the
I've heard
Teflon.
it's applied to Trump too, but now that you say it, it makes more sense for Gotti.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was Gotti, but I know that Sammy, the guy that put Gotti away, the Sammy the Bull Gravano, he once testified that it was really
that
hard to
was
shake
Gotti.
down Donald Trump. Like, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
so the reasoning was that if you're an up and coming real estate developer in New York, you have to deal with the mafia,
Mm,
apparently because of the laborers, the unions, and everything being controlled by the mobsters. But apparently he was like, I mean, not much has come to surface in regards to his involvement with organized crime.
yeah.
And as I said, at least one mobster testified that he was notoriously hard to shake down. Um, so they actually walked away,
Wow.
which is weird
That's impressive.
because I mean those
All right.
guys. No,
Yeah.
but I really, I mean, he's a crook. That's as
Yeah.
I mean, apart from being a really bad politician and bad for the U.S. and for the world, he's also he's a criminal. I think he's a criminal, and
Yeah.
he should be put to jail.
Well, the
We'll see.
courts will maybe get their say now, so we'll see. We
Best
will see.
news.
But interesting times ahead.
I
Sorry,
I
I
I
just needed
I,
to
I
mention
because
it
I
because
woke
it's
up.
such a
I woke up in during the night to just as an old man I have to go and pee every night, and I usually check the news before I go back, and I was like, oh shoot, they raided his
yeah.
homes, and then I couldn't sleep for an hour. Tried to get some more news out of it, but the it's not much that has been said. No, I mean, the Department of Justice hasn't confirmed much. The FBI is kind of quiet about it. The only thing we hear is from Trump himself, and apparently he's
Yeah.
in New York City at the moment, getting ready
Yeah.
for a deposition. Uh, so I think this is good. This is good news. Good news. Big news.
It's big news. It's big news. And on that note,
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if we can get going, get cracking.
yeah. Well,
We
we were working on this styling PR
Yeah.
and we got it done. And, we were feeling pretty high and mighty. But when we ran all our tests, we don't go all green, right? We got into trouble with
with
an
something.
intercept that I added in the 11th hour
Mm,
with dealing with
right.
a unauthorized. And I think if you run this now, you should. Look at you remembering to yarn. If you run this now, you should get the same error because I'm getting it both on my machine, both running it continuous integration or otherwise. Um, so so we'll know what we're talking about. And if you don't want
Let's.
to run the whole thing, the
No,
test
I
file,
can run the entire. It
yeah,
should be fairly quick. It should be fairly quick.
yeah,
One
yeah,
minute.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, we have some.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
but we
easy
can
to
fix that.
fix.
That's in the footer and stuff, right? So let's run all of them.
Hmm.
What?
And as a quick reminder, if you're watching this for the first time,
Whoops. Sorry, I just made a boo boo. Okay, go ahead.
yeah, if you're watching this for the first time, we're working on a platform that aims to kind of connect artists and developers to work together on small art projects. So the thinking is that not all artists have the technical ability to create web art, but might be interested in dabbling. And And developers who are sort of starting out their careers might want some, or that are advanced in their careers might want some weird resume stuffers or just to have a good time. So that's the thinking. You're supposed to be able to create an account, as you can see, and post projects if you're an artist, and then developers can express their interest to join a project. And so we whip this together in React. We're doing TDD with Cypress. We will eventually add the backend. So this is all stubbed out calls, of course, right now, which probably will be the topic of today's stream, because we have one call that we stub out with a 401 that's giving us some headache. And the goal for the backend, once we get there, which will probably be very short soon, is to use a Python framework, which Thomas or I have not done so far, which should be fun. So stick around.
Yep. And I identified the failing test, so I
Yeah,
will be able to find it.
it lives in user can see project details.
Right.
All right, there you go. You know, we were sort of adding this.
You added this, right?
I did, and
right. So, and this is
we probably
exactly
need
what
to
he's
talk a bit
saying.
about it.
He's saying that we are unauthorized.
Yeah.
And we need a try catch on this. So this is pointing to projects one. So it's the projects show page, right? So let's oh shit. Okay, well, never mind. I can open it again. And we will go to source, of course. It's all coming back to me. We've been away for 6 days, you know.
Yeah, and we're just like React. What?
What?
Use state, use effect. What?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Project. Right. This is the project.
Yeah.
Oh wait, set project start, fetch project. Right. So gonna set a debugger here. We need to add a try catch, I think, right?
I would be inclined to
Is
agree.
expected to kick. All right, then we
I
just
do a little if that only too.
Yeah. And what was the reason you added this interceptor? I don't know.
I mean, we had something similar. We modified it. I don't think we had an actual intercept. But my argument.
Yeah, okay, so this is because this one is intercepted. So we have a naming problem.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say HTTP localhost 3001. That's an R API, right? Yeah. Yeah, and exactly. And now we're getting that. See, so this is just a naming issue. You understand?
Okay.
Because he thinks that we're making. I mean, when you only
he thinks we're navigating.
Yeah, inside, and that is a GET request. So.
Right.
And so if we just continue, we go green on this test.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Well,
so we don't even have to have a try catch on this. So we're good to go. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So the question is. The question is. Yeah. I mean, this is so by introducing this now.
Yeah.
We're breaking with the settings that we've had before. I mean, it's a different pattern than in all the other tests. Do you understand? So the question is whether we should we could do you know, if we should change all the other tests to actually say localhost 3001, but that's ridiculous, right? So what if we do something like const API path equals this, and then we say, but this is also not we could always interest. Right, this would work, right? Yeah. Okay, so we could we could have this as a global setting
Yeah.
somehow. I wonder if we can set it in. We set it. I th-
I think in
couldn't we set it somewhere here?
that makes sense to me, but wouldn't you?
I mean, we can always set it somewhere else and just import it in all the files, right? But I would like to have a global setting for this. Let's see if we can get some info about this. Do we have a
Well,
browser?
hang on a second. Oh yeah, right, because the support directory does have an e2e.js file, right? Which in the comments they say, this is a great place to put global configuration and behavior that modifies Cypress, but
Yeah. So we have the base URL, but what if we do some default? Can we do some?
yeah, can we do any custom ones there?
Yeah. Dev server component test. Yeah. So you can have dev server. That would be good for.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have that in E2E. That's for component tests. What is there? And we could set an environmental variable, perhaps. Yeah, but then we would have to do this all the time. We can set an envar. But how do you do that? Yeah, and config. Oh, here it is. And here it
Oh,
is.
that's nice. That's a nice way of doing it rather than.
Yeah. So if we say and then what? An array or what? No, an object, of course. And then we say API URL equals. Oh shit! Sorry. There we go.
Not equals
Not equals.
colon. Yeah.
So, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in this, we just say Cypress .env API URL. Right, so then we don't need this anymore. Right, I think I need to restart because this configuration file is read for the first time.
Yeah,
right.
You do.
So I need to restart this guy. Oh, it's a string. It needs to be a string. Which is weird, but okay. Initializing config. And what file is this? User can see project details.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is because this is just a warning that it was a 401.
Yeah, we want that.
Right. So does this mean now that for the sake of, if we go to intercept, right? Do I have to change all of them now? I think so, right?
Yeah. We'll search for every wildcard now, but then you will get wildcards outside of, just do it.
Can I do this? No, I can't do that. Shit, I need to, I was like hoping to be a bit
Yeah, I understand.
But the question is, I shouldn't use wildcards then, right?
No, you can get rid of those. Which, I mean, that's
Yeah, but
nicer, right?
yeah, but this is longer, right?
It's longer, but a wild card could lead to, you
Issues
know,
to the
issues
dark
like
side.
this one, to the dark side.
So Thaddeus is into my son is into Star Wars now, like big
Very
time.
good.
Well,
Who's
um,
his favorite character? I know it's a Trekkie family. He'll come around, but who's his favorite character?
thank you for killing that conversation.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, you're a Trekkie. Shut up. Okay. Right. So he keeps asking about this stuff, like who should I have like a favorite, uh, and I go like, I don't know. So he has favorite Sith lords, which is Darth Maul. He
Okay.
has this young girl from the latest movies. What's her name?
Ashoka?
Oh well,
Or,
Ashoka is actually very high up on the list. I think he's a little
good.
bit in love with Ashoka, uh,
Yeah.
and but the protagonist, the hero of the late movies,
Ray is her name,
yeah,
Ray?
Ray, something like that, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, he keeps asking all the questions. And who's your favorite this? Who's your favorite that? Why do they have red lightsabers? Why do they have blue ones? And I go, I don't know, man. I'm a Trekkie. I have no idea. And the funny thing is, like when he asks his mother about these things, she's like,
Hmm.
she's never saw an entire Star Wars movie. Uh,
So it's Princess on Lena instead of Princess on Leia,
hmm,
things like that.
yeah.
Um, that's
Oops.
yeah. I don't know. You have to have the talk with him.
I tried.
Yeah,
He's not receptive. He says straight to my face
yeah.
that Star Trek is the most boring thing he's ever witnessed. So I don't know what to say.
Ouch!
Yeah,
Ouch!
yeah, I know.
Wow.
So I'm cutting him is out for my will or
Yeah,
something,
of course.
if there is any will, but
Um,
Um, so no, but he's not very Trekky, unfortunately. Let's see. Of course, I forgot. Oh shit.
he'll come around.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean,
Star Trek.
Star Trek is amazing. It's mellow.
Yeah.
It portrays
Well, it.
a vision of a future where money is non-existent, but exploration and self-fulfillment is the key.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Remember I told you about the four futures?
No.
There was a book that came out. No. Uh, when did it come out? It's by Peter Frasse, 2016, and it sets up this dichotomy or quadcotomy of four different futures, and so you either have a post-scarcity world or you
Hmm.
have a world that is scarce. And then you have either a world that is sort of just or you have a world that is unjust. And so if it's post-scarcity and a just world, it's basically Star Trek.
Hmm.
If it's no resources and no justice, it's Mad Max.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, of course. Right.
And then you can think about, which worlds are then unjust, but there are tons of resources, and which worlds are no resources but just.
Okay, so
And what.
unjust with resources must be Star Wars, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much, right?
and
And
no
just the no
resources.
resources is like, I don't know, solar punk,
Yeah,
sci-fi. I don't know.
but Mad Max didn't they have like low resources also, right? Didn't they?
Yeah, they're always looking for gasoline and,
Yeah, I remember this. Do you remember this movie with Denzel Washington when he was a blind guy
oh yeah,
and
I
he could
do.
recite the entire Bible?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a brainwash. from the evangelicals that that no matter what the Christian faith will survive. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. I should we should. Do you have like a matrix of this? Is there a? Do you have like some links?
I have, I have a copy of the book, and I'm looking at the publisher's website right now. If you want to switch over to my screen,
Hmm.
of course, because it's called Life After Capitalism, but he goes over a few possibilities. But maybe we should throw up a little website where people can decide which of the four um,
We're heading
possibilities.
into perhaps what the future of humanity is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
interesting. Four futures. Yeah. I'm gonna check it out.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
On other notes, my friend,
Yeah.
I just got a text from Miser,
Oh,
and she landed a job.
ho, ho, ho.
Tell me
Yes.
more.
That is
I'm
excellent.
sitting with Max at the moment. He says hi.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what's up. That's good. Former student landing a developer job. Uh,
We
she's
like.
typing, so as soon as I know anything else, I will keep you posted. Uh, that's awesome. That's great. She's been struggling. She's been working really, really hard on this. So
Yeah,
I'm happy for her.
that's great.
Right. I will keep you posted as soon as she writes. I have my Coca-Cola Zero here, trying to cut down on sugars. I also, yeah, by the way, big news. I'm on my 5th workout. Yeah. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, fucking hey. Yeah. Started to get addicted. That's what my friend said. Soon you will be addicted to training. And that's exactly what I want.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So why not?
Life after 50 is not easy. Getting up from this chair is not easy. So I need to.
You got to do what I do and get one of these balance
Oh, my
stools.
man.
Yeah.
That's a gadget. Wow.
Yeah, you're
Jeez.
never really sitting. You're always kind of bouncing around.
Now envy is one of the deadly sins, but I start to feel envy. All right, let's see. We are green across the board.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
switch
switch
screens
over
for
to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're green across the
Okay.
board, so we fixed that problem.
Excellent.
But let's let's just before well I can commit. I will commit in just a second. But
Yeah.
if we just run this little baby
Mm-hmm.
and list of projects. Yeah. So we're watching a list of projects that looks like this.
Right.
So MIO, we should fix that.
Let's fix it.
Why don't you head over to the ChakraUI template thingy?
Yeah.
I will switch over to your screen. In the background, I will make a commit, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But let's figure out. There was some cards. There was something we spoke about.
Yeah, there was something. If I go down to cards here, yeah, you can switch over. I'm already there.
Yeah.
We were looking at some cards, and we think we were sort of like landing on this blog post with image predominantly because I think eventually, and I hate that this is true, but for something like this Art Nouveau project to be successful, you're not just selling your project, you're selling yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
And so we probably will need to have user profiles associated with the posts.
Yeah.
And
with the project
in a perfect world, the project would carry itself. But I understand the difference. I once worked as a lighting designer in a theater, and I lighting designed Sunday in the Park with George, which is a Stephen Sondheim and Sondheim and Levine musical about George Seurat. And there is a lyric where he says, so that you can go on exhibition, and then he corrects himself to your work can go on exhibition. But the joke is, the artist is ever present.
Cool.
Anyway, this is nice. And if we look at the code for a second, make this a bit bigger. What's also nice is that it's just one file. Did we not grab this? Am I
Yeah, I think you can
this?
just copy the whole thing. There's a copy button.
Yeah, no. But we didn't do this already, didn't we? Did we?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
it's probably similar thing because
Oh
they
no,
all.
we didn't, because here's this like avatar
Yeah,
here. Okay, avatar is a ChakraUI, is a ChakraUI thing. Okay, cool. Have you pushed up already?
Yep. Well, hopefully.
Then I'm going to kill my Cypress because, of course,
Yeah, because of the
it's going to
global
have new
variables.
environmental variables that wouldn't be read in. And I'm going to stash what I have because I was sort of messing about. And I really don't want those screenshots. Ugh. Okay, whatever. Let's do a little git pull origin styling. And so we got some new things. I will yarn just for fun. But that's all good. And we will say yarn Cypress here. And that would launch Cypress. And right, so just to make sure that this looks the same on my screen as on yours. Right, we scroll down, we get this terrible thing. Let's style these guys.
Yeah.
So to make my life a little bit easier, I'll open up the code, make this a bit bigger. Yep. And head into this end-to-end file, which is user can see list of projects, and I'll just put an API call on here. And we'll go back here, reload this, make sure we only have one test running. Yes, this is fine. And then head over here, and I'm just going to copy this whole thing. And in the code, we have some components, most notably projects. Projects is where we iterate over, or yeah, iterate and display these projects.
Yeah, I would
So
probably like could we create a component called projects list item or or projects
yeah,
item UI or something? I think we used the UI abbreviation before. So
because we used project UI here. And so I could use a projects UI, and that would sort of stick with our naming convention. Should that live in the project directory? What do you think?
yeah.
All right, let's do projects UI.jsx. Let's do the Royal Air Force Central Europe.
No, actually, you don't have to do that. You can just paste the entire thing.
Yeah, okay.
Well, but then you have to rename it. Okay, so it does. Yeah, you could just copy the return statement too.
Yeah, I will do this very quickly. So
probably get rid of that, right?
Yeah, don't love this. Where are you? Here, image. Oh, okay, I see.
They use it differently than before. You see,
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, because if I'm in Project UI and I look at image, they're grabbing image from ChakraUI React.
Yeah. So that's the problem with their documentation. I've said it before. It's a little bit inconsistent, especially those templates. They are community made. They are not made by the developers of the framework. So they differ a little bit in
Let's see if this works. And do you appear anywhere else? No, so we're going to call you projects UI. And don't, of course, love this way of writing it. So gonna say const projects UI. You are equal to a fat arrow function. And then we need to export default like so. Okay, and inside of projects, well, how did we do this? In project JSX, we just say project UI, project current user. So in projects, let's import projects UI first of all. And what we want to do is, oh, I'm going to break so many things because here we have a button with handle project navigation, which lives here, of course. Oof. Good times. Let's just say that all this list item we're going to comment out. And we're going to say, hey, projects UI, and you're going to take some arguments. You're going to need, well,
You're gonna need the project.
yeah.
You just pass in the project. That would be the simplest. Right? There's no functionality. Well, perhaps.
Well, I'm worried that, oops. I'm worried that if I do it this way, then projects UI need to just, okay, they're just a single project. That's fine. I'll probably need this handle project navigation. Don't you think?
Yep.
And will I need anything else here? I don't think
Nope.
so.
Nope.
So in projects UI now, I'm taking, and I'm going to just deconstruct project and handle project navigation. And then we will have, I will not touch any of this yet. I will leave that as well. And what I'm interested in, well, actually, I'm curious what it looks like right now. So that's cool. We're actually going green because we're only testing to make sure that we're showing an array of things and that there's 3 long. But
we need to add a grid and shit to that later, right?
We sure do.
Yeah,
we
but
sure do. But let me get just you know, because I don't want it to say lorem ipsum here. I wanted to say project dot dot, what is it, description?
Description, yeah.
Description. Description. Did that work? Lorem ipsum, yes, okay, that did work. And of course, we don't have authors yet. So I'm not going to touch that, but I want the author title, don't I? Do I not put the description here? Do I just use the title? Oh, wow, live updates.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't show the description here. They have to click through.
No, yeah, exactly. Don't show the
description. Yeah. But we want these to be links, of course. We need this button to. And should I put the button Well, the whole thing should be clickable. But yeah, unsplash. So project UI.
Can I pause you for just a
Art.
second? So I just got
Yeah.
a few messages from Meiser, but no, carry on. By the way, so I will
Yeah,
read
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
She's
I'm
still
not doing
typing,
anything
so
major. I just
she's
wanted
still
to.
typing. So I'm just gonna update one thing before I read them out. I'm very happy for her. There we go. Let's see. So what is she writing? I'm just gonna send her a link to. Let's see. Right, there we go.
Okay, I'll just add the button as is right now. We'll come back to it, which I will do by just stealing it from here. And I will need to import the button. And then I want to put, let's see, where should the button go? Did I? You've already been declared. Sorry. I want the button to appear
Well,
maybe
well.
somewhere here.
So the thingy is that we could potentially lose the button,
Yeah,
but rather have the entire project clickable.
I like it.
And we could say, just to not to confuse people, we could say that the cursor is a pointer, or we can have like read more somewhere in the corner or something, but that people think that it's a link, but it's really the entire card that is a link.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
That could be. But in the meantime, before we go on, we got a message from Meiser saying that say hey to Max, of course. So I'm saying hi to you. And when I submitted my resume in Stockholm, did not receive a good response. And then I thought of maybe can try to find job in Uppsala, my old city. Oh, amazing! Uppsala is great. When I was searching for a good company, I met a friend, and she introduced me to a company called Free Space. We're gonna check them out. Free Space. No, free. Sorry, Free Spee. Free Spee. What the hell? Now I'm curious. Before I continue the story, I'm actually gonna check out Free Spee. I'm gonna switch over to me for a sec. No?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, is this it? Free Spee. All right. Performance in the cloud. We want to make the world more conversational. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever that means. I accept some cookies, no problems. Why not? I don't really know what they are doing. The why conversational selling in a digital world is fundamental to your business.
Conversational selling. So it's probably like a sales platform.
Nice effect, by the way. I like this effect.
Yeah,
I
that's
like the
great.
color
I
scheme.
love, yeah, the different scrolling is always nice.
Yeah. Oh, this is
Oh la la.
conversational selling, man. This is it.
Okay, so you make out underwater.
Yeah. Free speak. Call me now. Okay, so it's basically like what? Oh, this is nice. Nice animations.
Hmm?
Simple but powerful collection. Interactive guide to conversational buying in 20. Okay, I might take you up on that.
Okay, lots
Some
of
name
nice
dropping,
clients.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it crucial for the buyer journey to become more conversational? Right. Well,
Yeah.
I think conversational selling is a good thing, but it's I wonder how they can automate that, because that's where the money is, right? I mean, it's very costly to talk to your
But usually,
clients.
like you automate like the first part, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't know. Maybe they
yeah,
have some impressive AI
yeah,
capabilities under the hood. That
yeah.
would be cool.
But anyway, I will switch back to you. Open up the
Yeah.
messages.
Yeah.
And
Okay. I'm just gonna wrap the projects in a link. Maybe maybe this box here,
yeah.
below a tag. Nothing
Well, you don't need
fancy.
an eight. No, if you do eight tags, no, 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 not
Oh
this
yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah. Then we'll
No, no,
reload.
no. It's just on click event.
Um,
On click.
yeah, I can just add an on-click to the box, right?
Yeah.
That's even nicer. Uh, did I steal what I needed to steal? I did not. So that's the rub there. Yeah, takes a callback, hello project navigation project, format the code, and
Are you in the right place?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the
Yeah, but
boxes. This is not the right place. No, but oh,
no.
you mean am I in projects UI? Yes.
Projects UI. Okay. Now you have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There. So it is working.
It's
It's
working. Yeah.
just
Sorry.
I should be in a different test probably
And
to where we
let's
actually
continue
click on a
her
project.
story. So she applied for the job, and their HR asked me a lot of questions and told me their tech team would contact me. They
Yeah,
sent me a question of the technical test, so she did a tech test and asked me to complete it within 2 days.
cool.
After I got the challenge, I had I had an idea, but I was very unsure, so I contacted Max. All right, that's you, and
Here I
wanted to
am.
hear his advice, and I got some tips from him, and completed the challenge. Well, you're a good man.
I mean, it was minimal tips. I mean, we just it was not even pseudocode. We just literally talked over
Okay.
it. So this was I can't really take any credit, is what I'm trying to say.
They asked me after this to go to the Uppsala office and explain my programming ideas and answer their questions.
Oh,
All
very
right.
nice.
I went there, and they were so pleased with my performance that they arranged for the next round of interviews. And 2 weeks
Yeah.
later, the CTO of the company contacted me and said that the head manager of the technical team would interview me on August 2nd. Uh, uh, so she got, so she got the job. Like, I mean, apparently. So, and one thing, they don't use anything I've learned before. They said working with TypeScript and Angular,
Cool.
Bitbucket, code repositories, and they also use GraphQL. We did
All right. Well,
nothing.
Bitbucket is uncool, but
Yeah,
GraphQL is cool.
yeah. Um, if coolness is a metrics that is worth having,
Yeah,
so
whatever.
absolutely. But yeah,
It's all
GraphQL
subjective.
is a good way to do things.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, fantastic.
but TypeScript is she will get into TypeScript. Angular is not that, and they use NGRX, which is the equivalence of our
Postgres.
no Redux, right? Is it NGRX state management?
Well, now you have me second guessing. GRX. I guess so.
State management for Angular apps, yeah.
For Angular. Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Which would explain
It's a
why.
reactive state. Yeah. Okay.
And it's inspired by Redux.
Yeah.
So,
No,
all right.
so yeah, she will get into it. She will get
Yeah.
into everything.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Awesome. This is great. Great stuff.
Yeah. Reason to celebrate. And a good place to end the summer.
It is. It's a great
Yeah.
success. It's a success story for her, and
Mhm.
in a way, it's a success story for us. So, salute, Lahaim.
Salute. But we have a problem.
We do. What sort of a problem?
Well, first of all,
Meiser is actually listening to us right now, so
oh
she
God.
sends her.
Okay, we have to sound smart. While this is very nice and it's working, the functionality is there. You of
So
course
what's the
notice
problem?
that the one thing we want to maybe hint that these are clickable is that the cursor should change, but the cursor doesn't change. Um,
Well,
do you want
inline styling, my brother.
inline styling? Ugh, ugh.
Well,
Right.
I mean, we could always override the whole shebang, but just say style and then cursor
Yeah,
pointer, double object.
it's double. And is it a string?
No, no, no. But this is a string.
Yeah.
The pointer is a string. Yes.
Let's see how much I try to avoid this. Let's find out. Hey,
Hey, who's the
wow,
man?
Thomas, there's you some
Who's
kind
the
of
CSS
CSS wizard
guru?
over there.
Like I haven't done this in ages, brother.
Yeah, I've like done it once or twice. So. Anyway, that's nice. Let me go and do this and get rid of my it.only. Oops. Get rid of the it.only. Right, of course, now I forgot to add the data CY. So I will do that in a second. I just want to see, okay. So originally, the way we had this is that the data CY, which I'm just going to copy because I'm
Yeah, and
lazy.
you can add it to that particular box that you have a click the styling on.
You think so? I think so
I think
too,
so too.
because we probably use .contains. No, no.
No?
The
Why not?
text was blog boost your conversion rate. Oh, so there is a title that we're not seeing. Interesting.
Oh, bum, bum, bum. Let's see after the assertion.
6 minute read, but where is it?
Let's see the assertion.
Yeah, but I'm actually more inclined to look at the one we're grabbing. This one has a nice title and a blog,
Yeah.
and we don't get that. Something is
Off.
something is amiss.
Okay.
Something is amiss. So
Where is scroll down a little bit?
there, boost your conversion rate. This should be the project.title.
Yeah, let's do that.
But why are we not seeing that at all in our you know, we're not getting it whatsoever. Is it rendering? Oh, come on. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. It's behind the picture. Look, blog, 3D disco,
Oh, well, why would
3D
that happen? Is
disco.
it because of the height?
It's because I got rid of their importation of image next image, and I used the built-in one instead.
Aha.
Remember,
Ah, okay, and what would be the
I'm using
difference?
image from ChakraUI, and I'm supposed to, well, in their example, so there's probably some value I can give to image that should push everything down, right? How did we do it in Project UI? Here the image gets all this stuff, a line, a width, a base, an H. What's the H here? Height property, of course. And then we have spacing. We put it inside of flex. Maybe I can try that.
Mm.
Maybe I can try to put it inside of flex. Do we have flex here? No.
Or
Yeah.
we import the dem or install the dem dependency that they use.
But the that's like Next.js, next image. I think their example is if you're developing using Next.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
I'm just worried that
Yeah,
would be a lot of overhead for
I totally see that. Yeah.
kind of a small Let me just try with the flex thing. See if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So hey, image, I want you wrapped in flex. Okay, let's reload that. I should put another input only. Well, it didn't work. Oh. Huh. Why does it work on the last one?
Yeah,
I'm getting very confused here.
Let's take a look at the
Because okay, well now I clicked it, of course. Oh gosh, sorry about that. I mean, this is interesting. The last one, they shifted down. Okay, image. We shouldn't be lazy. We could probably figure this out by just going into, first of all, you're not the solution. By just going into the properties, like if I just give him a little bit of a padding in the padding in the Y, or can I do padding just?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know that, so let's check it out.
Let's give him padding up 5. I don't know. And well, it improved it. Let's try that again. Yeah, let's give him a padding of 20 just to see if this actually is doing what I think it's doing. No. It's pushing the image down over.
So is it margin then?
I shouldn't use negative numbers. I'm just curious.
There is a setting you can set a box size on the image, but I don't know.
In project, okay, let's look at the project UI. We have rounded, we have source, we have fit, and fit, how the image fits within its bounds. Then we have the width and we have the height. If I just give it, it is a fit. Nope. Let's try that. Oh, no. No. What's weird about this Unsplash is that it crops the. All right, let's me.
Yeah, use the same API Unsplash that we use.
Yeah.
We use that in hero
project
image.
There we go. We're going to replace you because. Right, so now it covers the whole box.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for the
so that's better
shot.
For us to know. You understand?
Yeah.
Because
yeah. But what we want then is this image is getting a fill layout value, which we don't want. Fit cover layout fill. So if I just comment that out and comment that out, how would it look?
Actually, you see, if you take a quick look at my screen, what we could do is to wrap the image into something called aspect ratio.
Ooh.
And then you don't have to, and then you can say object fit cover on the other one. Do you understand?
So
you can say max with 100%, for instance, and then you can give it a ratio, for instance. and you cover, because you had what sort of object fit did you have? Oh no, you have layout fill. Okay, fit cover.
Yeah.
But it's actually, it should be called object fit, not fit.
Really?
I think so. So on that aspect ratio, give it a max width, max capital W.
A max with
Well,
or
yeah, because max W is just an alias, I guess, and just say 100%
yeah,
as a string.
right.
And I don't even think you need to wrap it in curlies, but it doesn't matter. And then you say, let's have a look what it looks like.
Well,
Well, it does cover it,
it does cover
because the
it.
box. Let's go back to the code for a sec. And
Yeah,
the
hang on a
box,
second.
yeah,
The image.
the box has a height. You see 210 px.
Yep,
If you say that to 50% instead of px.
yep. I like this. There we go. Good job.
Yeah. Now
That's great.
I wonder if we need the aspect ratio. You can remove that altogether.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Whoa.
Well, okay. Now this will depend, because now
Right.
the images can
So
be of a different.
should we then set a pixel height?
No, I think we should set back the aspect ratio, actually, because we only want the box to cover half of it, but we also, well, it depends. No, this might not be the case at all.
Oh, well, I mean, it's better. Or that could just be the image that
The
we're
image,
getting
yeah,
from
exactly.
like this. Oh, okay. No, this is better. Look.
Yeah, let's go with this.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Spacing's kind of weird. We should have it in a grid. And
Or a
also,
stack. I think you can use a stack. You don't even have to use a grid.
yeah, let me just, or X, wait.
Or I don't know, actually, to be honest.
What I want to do is to put the data CY. Well, see, now this says blog. I'll just call that a project for now to change it. But this heading should be the one with the data CY.
No?
Why are you going? Oh, no. It just took a second. No, really? 6-minute read. It's looking down here instead of.
You
Okay,
put the data
let's look at the
in the wrong
test
place.
file. Oh. Wow. We did that, huh?
Yeah, so, okay, so what is project items exactly? Yeah.
Project items is, it just gets the children of projects list.
Yeah,
And
so
I got rid of projects list, didn't
yeah,
I?
so you probably want to, what we want to do is to, you know what you can do? You can,
Yeah.
no, you
No,
didn't get
we
it.
didn't. Projects list is right here, but the children, so instead of children, so if it's getting the children, we have to say include text, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps. Try that.
Or did I get rid of? Hang on, I got rid of Lorem Ipsum. Projects UI, I have project, then the project title, and I need the description as well. That's the issue here. So where, oh, this is confusing. Hang on a second. This is the heading. Here's the text. Here is the actual text that needs to be description. Okay. Oh, looking very snazzy. And we're going green.
All right.
Okay, great. So no need to change the test.
What I would do, oh, sorry. But what I would do now is instead of that list, I would just change that to stack and just say direction row and see if that helps us.
I would be inclined to agree.
On the projects JSX. Yeah, so that list on line 30, just change that to stack.
Okay. Let's grab stack. And let's, oh God, I can't do that. Okay. Let's just change you to stack manually then. And we need to close stack.
And just add a prop called direction.
And say
row.
Row.
And try that.
And go, ooh.
But why is it?
Yeah, why indeed?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Right? That's so weird. I love it. Is it because this is a two-liner? No. Oops. Is it because I have no idea?
Neither do I. Wow.
What could that be? Does it have something to do? No.
Why would that happen?
No, it's obviously not you. So here, there's nothing weird.
Let's see what the direction
project. The last project. It's the same image. -6. Is it the aspect ratio? No.
Okay, so how about we go to direction? All right, so just see if some other so direction row, it's all right. For some reason, okay, but you know, no, say row, but give it spacings. Give it another prop called spacing, and just say like 20px or something. We probably want to. We need to see what it looks like on a mobile phone. Let's see what it looks like now. Okay, so it that's spacing, but why would the last one be larger? I don't understand that. Could we, let's see, props. Could we see, we could use align, direction, divider, is in line.
Could it have something to do with when we hit this when we hit this URL, does Cypress only hit it once? Like, but it would be different. It would be a different image if it's hitting it multiple times.
Could you shorten, go to the fixture file and shorten this jazz concept to just jazz and see if your theory about, you know, the length of the has any bearing, you know, because
let's look at that. This is the index action. We're just going to call it jazz cons.
Yeah, let's try
X. Reload this. Doubt it. Oh,
yeah. Okay, so it was that. Okay, so just
Charming.
copy. You know what? Copy all of them and create six. Yeah, go to the fixture file and give them six projects. Yeah, I want to see if it wraps. You can just copy that. It doesn't really matter that the IDs are the same. We can get some warnings.
Yeah, we're already. I forgot to add the key, so we're already getting some warnings, but that's okay.
Okay, so this is a problem, right?
Whoa!
Yeah, so this is a problem. So we need to. So I don't think that stack will do it for us.
Yeah, not going to cut it. I think
Uh,
simple grid might be the answer.
but you know what? Go back to your code because I saw something, and in where it says um, on that stack direction row,
Yeah.
change that to an array where you say row and column in that array. So direction would be a no, like an array. I mean no, like a real array.
Like a real array, like
Yeah, there you
this.
go. And so you say row and comma column.
Really?
Yeah, I saw that. So it's
Oh,
weird.
oh,
Weird as
that's
fuck.
nice. Okay, something happened.
Okay, so nothing that we wanted. But so change that to column and comma row. See if that has any bearing. No. So it takes the last one. So that didn't do it for us. Okay, so it needs to be a grid.
Yeah, I think so. Let's just try it. Uh, oops. Probably should not give it a direction. Well, no.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, all right, I got it. So import grid. And say grid, and then you say a prop that is called template columns, and you
Mm-hmm.
say equal, and just as a string
Mm-hmm.
say repeat, and we can go with 3 projects, right? So repeat parentheses
Like that.
And say 3 and then comma, and then you
Okay.
say no, sorry, repeat 3 comma, right, and then say 1 FR, which stands for frame, I guess. And you
Okay.
can say add another prop, and you can say gap, which is the right gap, and just give it a value of 6 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then format your code, and then everything else inside of the project UI, you probably need to give it. Well, you probably, instead of center, yeah, exactly, don't do center, just do grid
Mm-hmm.
item. So you have to import grid item.
Oops. I grabbed the wrong center. So let's grab grid item, of course. And you, my friend,
And you
are a
can
grid
remove the
item now.
py6, you can remove that, but you can say with 100% perhaps, like W. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I
Right,
could
let's
just use
let's try
W,
that.
but let's. Hey,
uh,
that looks nice.
yeah.
Let's see with a bigger picture, maybe. Looks nice too. Wow. Could
And
be good
now
to have a little bit of a margin on the side here.
mm,
No?
yeah, but so we can wrap this in a container, or just give it or just give it some margins. How do you give margins to things? I don't know.
With an M, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. 5px as a string or something.
Hey,
Or,
it just worked with the 5.
but only
Oh,
on
but
one
it only
side.
gave it on. How weird. Oh, no, it did.
Okay,
No,
okay, okay.
no, it didn't work.
No.
I'm so confused.
So padding. You give it padding instead. No. So with the margin it is. Say 5px instead, or 20px as a string.
20px. And why did you do that? Go away. And why would it not?
Select it and see how it looks like. Yeah, no, that looks weird.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah. So it's almost as though I think I saw this. It's here we're getting this margin top -6, -6, 6.
Remove that then. Remove that.
Okay. Hey.
No, that sucks.
No, it's the same.
I'm not fond of adding this kind of margins, but I understand because he wants to fill the entire box, so that's why he needed them. Do you understand? Whoever created
Wait,
this.
if I understand, yeah.
So we have to back out of that. So we have to reinstate those.
Yeah. Hey.
That's so weird. And if you remove that margin on the grid, are we still off?
Do I put that here? No, I put it in the grid item, right? Oops. No, I did not.
No. That
Where
was
did
on
I?
the grid. That was.
I put it in the box.
Okay, but what if you? Okay, what if you put that margin? Okay, but go to the grid. To the grid itself, up in the project.
The grid itself. And try to put a little margin here.
Yeah.
20 pixels. Hey, it worked.
Right.
Exactly as we wanted it.
And
okay.
I think that one of our viewers, ScriptPunk, just suggested, why don't we modify the parent of the grid?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah. So we got it to work, right?
This is great.
Sometimes we just get lost.
All right. Well, just to
a little bit of cleaning, huh?
A little bit of cleaning. Just gonna go back there.
And
I need to add a key to our items.
Thank you, ScriptPunk.
And that's fine.
So I don't know if you've been following along a long time, our viewer, but we're using this ChakraUI framework for the first time.
Yeah.
So we're still learning about the do's and don'ts of that particular CSS framework. It looks good.
Indeed. And I just want to give you, my friend, the grid item.
Not necessarily. I will go back to the projects. I will give this key to the project UI there. Right.
That makes sense to me because that's where the .map is happening. Thank you. Which should get rid of that warning in the console. I saw it earlier. I should have pulled it up again, but here we are. Very devoid of warnings. That's nice, but not so nice because we're actually erroring out on Jazz Concert Promo. Why is that?
You removed that.
I did, so I'm actually going to change the test, which I know is not good practice, but look at all that green. Let's get rid of the it.only. Reload this.
So we have a comment from our viewer that he ignores keys just to see the browser complain. I don't know, it makes me feel alive, then that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
So we're using Cypress IO as the testing framework, um,
Hmm.
which is our, I don't know, I can
Preferred.
almost call it a passion now. Could you call
I
it a
really like
passion?
Cypress. I think it would be really difficult for me to picture doing any of this without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even to the point when I see people do like vanilla little coding challenges on YouTube and stuff like that, and I'm always like, but how can you do anything without having Cypress running?
Mm.
To do things by
Especially in,
hand?
I mean, yeah, I can't even imagine doing any bread and butter. You see, remember that this website I did for this construction firm like 2, 3, 4 weeks ago? That
Yeah, I
was
remember.
my first uh, vanilla HTML, JavaScript, CSS project in years, right?
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, let's just throw something together. They're, acquaintances, and I just wanted to help them out to get something out on the net.
Yeah.
And I ended up complicating it anyway because I use handlebars and all this different weird stuff. Because the HTML became so long and so hard to read, so I had to extract, and you can't really extract stuff in vanilla HTML. But I decided against setting up a testing framework, and I regretted that like 20 times at least during this very short development. I worked on it for like, I don't know, 8 hours or something,
Hmm.
and but no, it was a big problem. Um Puppeteer. So we'll see. We have two comments. I use SpecFlow BDD for my business logic and handling within my API, but I figured front end UI testing would be a bit over the top for me, and I thought I had to use Puppeteer. So I'm very happy that you're mentioning Puppeteer. I used Puppeteer before Cypress came along for end-to-end testing, and Cypress is a complete different ballgame. It's been around for a few years now, and it's in version 10. We have a lot of recordings on our YouTube channel, Nomads of Code. If you want to check out how you set up Cypress, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, I would say.
Yeah.
It's a great tool. Takes a little
Yeah.
bit of learning, but the threshold is you can get up and running in matters of hours, I guess. Well, minutes in terms of configuration. But if you want to learn about it, there are very few commands that you need to learn. If you already are in a way of thinking in a BDD kind of way, then learning Cypress will be a breeze. Yeah, check it out. I think I can send you a link to our, because yeah, you're from Twitch, right? So we're streaming this on YouTube as well. Let's see if I can find a link on my streaming computer. I think it's just Nomads of Code, isn't it?
I think so. Maybe with
Nomads.
underscores. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Of Let me just try that. Code.
Yeah.
No,
So I.
it was not that. What the hell? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Max.
No, just we're getting some red, of course, because I got rid of that button, and we had quite a few tests looking for this read more button, which should only be rendered whether or not, a user is authenticated. So we have to ask ourselves the question, should we reinstate it?
Which one?
The button that can I stay there? Yeah, no. Right. We used to have a button rendered on these
Yeah, right, right.
project lists. It looked like blah 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 blah. It looked like I still have it commented out here. It looked like this, right?
So what I envision here is not the button, but rather just a link somewhere saying read more, or you know what? Let's not do that. Let's just alter the test. Let's get rid of the button.
Yeah.
People already know. I mean, people are smart enough to understand that you can click on this kind of stuff, right?
I'm inclined to agree. And less is more. So
Oh, I
this
got some
test in
Nouveau.
particular is from user can see project details. You can see project details. And the testing question is the second one. So here we're saying it's expected to see a read mode link for each project. I mean, I guess we could rewrite this and say we expect the cursor to be a pointer.
Wow. Yeah. That's
Can we do that
detailed.
in Cypress?
Yeah, I bet.
Let's find out. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to Google that one. I cannot do
Yeah.
check
if we don't have
it.
enough problems, we can always create new ones for us. So let's try
Let's
to
let's create some problems.
test
Yes, yes, yes,
if
yes, yes. I'm just gonna
testing.
write the test. Well, okay, I guess we should go green. Hover in Cypress documentation. Let's say Cypress does not have a CY hover command. Oh no. Specific
What?
log on hover, and you do need hover in Cypress. Maybe the element doesn't display or be clickable until you hover on another element. Sometimes you can use trigger, invoke, or CY wrap. Oof. PTSD from CY wrap to show element from the action. If the hover behavior depends on JavaScript like mouse over, well, no, we're just using CSS. Using trigger would only affect and not trigger any effects in CSS. Simulating mouse over event. So this is JavaScript, JavaScript, JavaScript. Force click is different. That's not what we want. Adding it as a custom command. So we could write a custom command that checks the CSS of whatever it's hovering over.
Right.
Okay. Did anyone else done this? Mouse over actions with Cypress, that's going to be JavaScript stuff. Verify mouse over text is an issue. Yeah, no, this looks very...
Question we got, can you use CSS variables or flags? That way you can set a variable in the hover CSS to check if it's existing. Right, you could, but that would mean that we alter the code more than necessary for testing purposes, wouldn't it?
Maybe this is one of those examples where...
So I got this from one of the issues on drag and drop, right? But it's not really our issue. But you can get something, right? You can get an element, and then you can trigger.
But that's 2017. It's gonna be...
Yeah, that's just old yesterday's news, right?
There is a in the documentation. There is a drag and drop that
but
was
still,
updated 2 months ago.
But that doesn't even solve our problem, because we're looking at the cursor, right? So your idea is first place the map. So you can, so probably you can get the element and you can trigger mouse over, right? Because you want to be over that element.
Yeah.
So let's just do that. Let's write ci get, or that element, and just trigger that and see what it looks like in test. But the problem I foresee is the assertion later that is the cursor actually a pointer? How can we write that? I mean, how can we access
I
the
don't think we
cursor?
can, yeah.
I don't think we can access the cursor.
Okay, that's exactly what I Googled before. Maybe we're going down
a rabbit hole. Oh.
A rabbit hole that actually doesn't give us that much functionality. I think, I mean, it's sparing the viewers us doing just a bunch of research.
Yeah, because it's not really a relevant test, is it?
No, we should table this. I mean, I'm going to look into it, but yeah, yeah. So this is, they're force clicking. That's fine here.
Yeah,
they're doing this invoke show, but that's just changing the...
Yeah, we can focus on the element and check the... Yeah, if it was just a CSS state, like if we were transforming the box while there's a mouse over,
yeah,
like making it bigger. Sometimes you see those effects, right? It's like, helps the user understand that he's in focus, right? but the cursor is not really a CSS state. It is, nah.
Yeah, I guess the argument here would be like we're actually getting into the space where we're testing browser functionality and not our application functionality. And so we
Okay,
should
you know
not
what?
test this.
Okay, we fuck. So in Chai Dome,
Yeah.
we can assess CSS, right? Okay, so
But if we wanted to, we can literally just instead say that we can, if we wanted to keep this assertion in user can see project details, we could just make sure that it's actually a link. But since we, in the test, click on the link, maybe that's a bit superfluous too.
yeah. Name should have uh um okay, can you show me some of one of the tests? Let's see. Or just create should consider project item first, right? Yeah, so just say the cursor is a pointer, right? Is expected to be so yeah, and just set a dot only on it. Okay, I can't let things go.
No, I know. And if you can figure this one out.
Right, so see project item first, right?
Yeah. So we grab the project items and we'll hover over the first one, I guess.
So you say just trigger, and then as an object, I think mouse over as a string, then inside of the object, or no, just say mouse over, and just run it and see what it looks like. No.
Yeah, no, we're getting a compile error on that one.
And what does it say? So there's nothing like trigger or what?
Hang on. They do mouse over, and then they'd say get invoke trigger.
Oh, okay,
mouse
okay,
over.
okay.
Invoke trigger
Invoke.
mouse over. So
no,
we'll do.
It should be trigger. Look.
What? Let me see. See if I can trigger mouse. Mouse over in camel case. Is it? No, it's not.
It's the event is called. Let's see.
Mouse down.
Yeah, it's mouse over. It's just one single word.
Yeah.
In JavaScript, So I was unsure. So mouse over, and he won't compile. So remove the object then.
Good idea.
Of course,
we are compiling.
Okay.
We trigger mouse over. Oh,
yeah, and we have the mouse over that. You see that?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
The problem is that okay, and then
yeah,
you should say go back to the code. Then they say dot should.
Okay.
And then let's see on Chai Dome. Let's have a look. What can we look for? Should have
style.
Should have attribute. Should have style. No, what the hell are we looking for? Style attribute. Style. Get computed style. Should have.
Should get CSS property.
Can we do that?
I think so. I'm just on expect get CSS property
cursor
dot value to equal. So let's try that. So But how do I do I just do a get CSS property like that. But I do have to
No,
say,
you should.
or can I chain it here?
You can invoke that. You can invoke
Dot invoke get, is it written like that? Yeah. Property. And then
a callback
cursor,
right?
and then first of all, does that compile? Yes. And then I should say,
And should equal or what? I don't know.
Should equal.
Well, oh yeah, let's try that.
Pointer, right?
Yeah. Let's see what it says now. No.
No, it's stuck on this. Okay, so it's saying, hey, calm down. It's saying a Cypress error because it does not exist. Right, so we would have to maybe split it up. So we move the cursor and then we look for the CSS project. No, we should be able to chain the invocation because we do.
This is exactly what we should be doing. Look, I see an example here.
Yeah.
Point of view, like finger pointer example. So look, I'm getting see I get, right? So we did that. And then we invoke.
Oh, but they're just invoking CSS instead of get CSS property.
Yeah, so just invoke attributes, data test, invoke attribute style. No,
but it's the second one, don't you think?
Yeah, CSS, right. Yeah. Invoke
let's try that. CSS cursor should equal pointer. All right, it went to the assertion. It's got an assertion, expected auto to equal pointer. Oh, but we're getting close.
And what did it get? Oh,
so it got
out.
Auto.
What are you shitting me? It's not auto. I mean, let's inspect that sucker. Just right click on it.
And cursor is pointer. So are we not choosing like this? Oh, okay, hang on. This is the div that has the list. This is a div that wraps this. And if I click on this div, there is no CSS, so it's going to have auto. So we're assigning, hang on. Okay, I think I got it. So in our projects UI, in our projects rather, no, where are we assigning the style thing? Okay, no, look. Here, if I move this
to grid item,
to grid item,
and
format my code.
That's a good theory.
And let's just reload this. Come on, baby.
Come on, man. Give it to me.
Come on. Yes.
Yep. Boom. Boom.
Oh, the dopamine rushed through me.
That was. That's what you get when you don't give up.
Hey,
awesome.
It's the little things.
It's the little things. Amen.
But why does it say expected pointer? Oh yeah. Pointer to equal pointer.
Okay. Fine. So let's just in the same test, just for the sake of it. Before we get the project items, just get I get body. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then trigger the mouse over, invoke this, and it should not be a pointer. It should be something else, right?
Dot invoke CSS cursor, and you should then equal to let's auto, I think.
Yeah. Yep. And if you just break it, just change it to cursor on where it says auto. I want to see it fail. Because if this goes green, then we had a false positive, and we don't.
No, we're good. We're good.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we've learned something, and hopefully, ScriptBank, you also learned something. That was the first time we checked for a.
All right, and now I think I'm justified in deleting this guy.
Yeah, you can get rid of the
yeah, there's a couple of
Well,
more
actually,
because
you can have double assertion on this one because it's not a bad thing to check if it's first, you know, uh,
yeah. Now the read more link, of course, doesn't exist anymore.
yeah,
But what I need to do to get that to go green is to head back to Project CSX and look, there's a data CY that we're missing, basically, I think. Um, so the actual link now is everything that has this on click. So for the on click, I will give it the data CY. For the link, which means if I reload this, we should, no, it didn't like that. Can only be called on a single element, and I contain two elements, right? So because now we are, of course, we have the image and then the div below with the text. So I would argue that for this one, we should actually just take the first one or the last one and be happy with that.
yeah.
Did you freeze? No, you're there.
No, I'm here.
And the reason being that, we have changed it to the point where,
Yeah.
no, okay, you didn't want to click on that.
Oh, you gotta take the project list
Oh no,
first.
yeah, I have to change contain read more.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, right. I get rid of this, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
this
we should
one
not.
is outdated. Do we go green on the other two?
Was.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's run the whole
Enchilada.
shebang, the whole enchilada. Ugh, this is neat. Can get rid of the dev tools that don't have any debuggers.
Hopefully.
Famous last words. No, but I have some comments to get rid of. But Thomas, I've been hugging the screen. I'm sorry. I should commit.
No. You know, it comes and goes, brother.
It evens out in the end. That's true.
Right.
It all evens out in the end, hopefully. Yeah, I didn't even look at the mobile renderings yet. But
Yeah, we should.
that.
Yeah, we. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the list. The
The
list is
technical
long.
debt is accumulating as we
Yep.
speak.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we have some. Yeah, we have some housekeeping to do.
Yeah. While this is
Oh,
running, perhaps I can push for agile ventures a little bit.
yeah.
So for our viewers, we are part of this community of programmers that are getting together to code together and learn together, called agileventures.org. You can sign up for this and you get access to our Slack channel, and you can work on some projects that are open source to practice your programming skills. The general idea is that you get to hang out with people in live pair programming or in stream like the one you're watching right now, and pick up some coding skills and have fun, and so on and so forth. So if you sign up for Agile Ventures, then you can sign up with your GitHub account or perhaps even Google. I don't know. I don't know if this works actually. Does it? Yes, it does.
Subject for another stream.
Right.
Oh yeah. Look at you go.
It does. I already have an account, so I don't. And actually, my account might be connected. I don't want to create a new one, so I can log in with GitHub. Right. So I am logged in here. I can check out my account and stuff. Right. So that's me. Yeah. So Agile Ventures, we stream and stuff. Right.
Yes, we do.
And we're running still? Oh,
Yeah, I'm just, I did notice that I had to add some firsts to a different spec. The user can create developer account because they do click on that link, and that link is now two things. So if you're going to call .click, you can only do it on a single item. So that's just
right.
a little fix. So now I get to, oops, sorry, I get to run all of them again out of an abundance of caution. Of course, we do have continuous integration set up, so this would be run regardless
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
irregardless, as
you
they
can
say where
create
I went to
a
college.
commit in the background probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Let's do that.
Actually.
So it's status, but I don't want to track the Cypress screenshot.
And why does it take screenshots?
I don't know, but I'm gonna get rid of them.
Yeah,
Well,
so Scriptbank, if you're interested in Cypress, there are some pretty advanced features like screenshots and videos of failing tests. So you
yeah,
can output that if you want to review that. Usually we turn that off because I don't really see a use case for those videos unless you want to communicate with your fellow developers, perhaps. Could you say that? I don't know. But so we turned that off. But should you want to review them, that's possible. There's tons of functionality that is great. We managed to build this entire application as if we had an API without having it, without spending too much time on mocking and stubbing network calls. It's pretty awesome. So I can't push Cypress hard enough. It's a beauty. It's a beauty.
all right, we went all green, so I'm pushing up the commit.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
All righty.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think we're.
Should
I think
we
we're.
wait for this
Yeah,
to run and then actually just go on and merge it?
that would be very nice,
Yeah.
especially with our new fancy cursor test.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking hey, that was I mean, we did add it, so you have to, it
Yeah.
should be tested.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a chore, and we modified 30 files. All right.
30 files is a lot.
Yeah.
30 files is a lot.
Yeah.
Did we rename any files?
No,
No.
I don't think we did.
Uh,
Why would we change 30 files?
oh, well, of course, each one that we changed the Cypress BNV API
Oh yeah,
URL,
yeah, yeah. This
that's
is
sort of
okay.
okay. You know what? It's actually not as bad as 30 because
And we are forcing it. Look, you can do stuff like this. Force network error. That's awesome.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Right. So this is okay.
But oh yeah, the PR is coming from my origin, so you should probably be the one to
Yeah,
review it.
that's what I'm already on it.
Sweet.
iPad 2, we changed this. Do we need to keep this? Oh yeah, yeah.
I think yes.
Can I automate the test for OAuth flow using this framework? The answer is yes. The answer is definitely. You can
Yeah,
automate. Yeah,
yeah.
it takes a little bit of tweaking. So OAuth is not that super intuitive, but it's like you stub out. Yeah, definitely, because you stub out a call to the net to like Facebook or whatever, and the only thing you're listening for is the um, is the response, right? You could,
Yeah,
in principle, because you see, Cypress is actually accessing the network, so you could actually go through the entire OAuth authorization. But I would advise against that because that's you shouldn't be doing this. But you can click on this, have, you know, interact with Facebook interface or Google interface or whatever, and just return to the application. That's totally doable.
Yeah.
But I would say that it's better to stab it out. And actually, now that ScriptPunk mentions OAuth, we could, in principle, consider adding OAuth to our to this application, and take a shot at stabbing these things out and do a stream on it.
Yeah.
Because it's not as straightforward as it might. I might, yeah, it might, be, but
Yeah.
we can definitely
But I
do
mean,
that.
for this also pitch the Cypress docs. I mean, which we should do a stream on it. I haven't. I've been gotten lazy and just using device token auth, the Rails gem all the time for the Rails backends, and now we're entering new territory for Thomas and I with our goal of doing the API for this in Python based framework. So, why not take the plunge? And well, we're going to have to change our backend authentication anyway, and do some auth or and so forth. But there are specific parts in the Cypress docs that will
Now that
cover
I
that.
think of it, I remember, since we used the Rails and device, right? So
Yeah.
there is a so when we authenticate with let's say Google, I actually stumbled upon this when we were doing Spotify OAuth, but
Mm-hmm.
like we always do it from the backend, and then the backend tells the user that, okay, you're authorized now, right? But there's always a front end component. You actually have to authorize the application, right? So I know that
Yeah.
I've been struggling with this a little bit. I managed to get it to work, of course, as with this pointer and so on, collaboratively with somebody to send off the authentication screen, because it's the API that authenticates, but you have to get the input from the user. Can't really
Mm-hmm.
recall how we did that, but I can check out some old code, and we can definitely do a stream on that at some point. That's interesting. That's really interesting. There's a comment on line 51
In
in Project
Project
CSX,
CSX. Oh yeah. In my elation, forgot to get rid of the comments.
and also in 61 and forward.
Yeah. Bye. Oh, and lots of imports we're no longer using. For shame.
The fuck, man.
Yeah, for shame. I wonder if that's the same for Projects UI.
We used
No,
to
that looks
pull up this. Let's see, shame.
okay.
No, there is. Yeah, I think we did this.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be our new thing.
That can happen.
Well, in Slack, can you do things like, if we go to the general channel, can I do no on this one? Where's the general channel? There it is. Right. Can we do? I think we can do /gif shame. No, shoots. Slash, Thomas. And then we do GIF. Can we do GIF? And then shame. No, it's not a valid command. No, I don't remember how we could do. We could do animated GIFs. Oh, I can't recall. Anyway.
Usually, it depends. If you have the GIF integration, you can just like /GIF or slash.
Yeah, that's what I
remember.
thought, but that didn't work. So
maybe we don't. Maybe we
don't.
I don't know. In some update, lost it.
Where's my?
We can check that.
Where's my code review? Did I remove my code review? Are you shitting me? Oh, what the hell?
Hey, you shouldn't try to shame other people, Thomas. That's the issue.
Damn it! I was doing a code review, and then did I use the same? No. Where is it? There it is. Okay, shit. Sorry. Project create UI is the same. No comments. Project submit button. Gesundheit.
Prosit.
Danke. Right. So this is okay. Project UI. This is the cursor pointed. That's so glad. I'm so glad that you moved it over. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about those max width and stuff on the mobile interface. You know. But footer is okay.
Well, max width is better than minimum width, right?
Yes. Max width is better than, yeah. Right. So this is the what is this? Hero JSX. Okay. Landing, hero and projects. Right.
Oh, I guess we don't need to import React there.
Oh, did I miss that? Yeah, I guess I missed
and landing.
Where is that? File renamed without changes. Oh god. Come on. Toast, navigation, where's the, now I lost it. There it is. Yeah, you can remove that.
Okay, it's done.
Desktop nav, that's just renamed because we moved some files around.
We did, yeah.
And then you have the index.js. We imported Axios and we set the base URL. This is questionable whether we want to do it here, but that's a refactoring thing. So let's keep it.
Yeah.
And we added the React icons, and that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you push up?
No. Hang on 1 second. Just gotta get some sweet emoji.
Sweet emojis.
Get push origin styling. Yeah, it's pushed up.
All right. Then I should see a refresh thing, and I do. Click it, and then we can just go to the ones projects create. Yeah, right. That's deleted. Project JSX. Yeah, we do use effect. Right. ChakraUI project grid. Right. Just one last thing then. You can move the grid into the. We already have an import here. You see line 7 in the projects JSX?
Yep.
You can move that
to
the top, to line 1. No, I'm sorry.
Really?
No. Sorry. No. Nothing. Forget about it.
Nothing.
I just missed that this one. That's why I should do this side by side instead of. I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Right. No. That's good. Right. So this one is okay now. What else? Projects hero. Right. This one is okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
LGTM.
Let's gamble. Try merging.
Yeah. And we just go on. Oh, wait. Oh, did you put? Oh, yeah, because you pushed up, right?
I pushed up, but I mean, it did go green.
Yeah, but that's
on both. But
if I click on it now, it will actually.
It will yell at you.
No, it will be yellow later. We won't get.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we don't want that.
So one thing that we're using for for our viewers' information is the GitHub Actions to run our continuous integration on GitHub. It's also at least my first time. I don't know if you've used it before. You use it in project?
For hobby projects I have, but not like this.
I think I might have used it last year at some point, but I never set it up myself. Somebody else did the heavy lifting. But our experience with GitHub Actions wasn't that bad now, right? It was
No,
fairly
honestly,
straightforward.
totally worth it. Totally
Yeah,
worth it.
yeah. And for new Cypress users, also, when we run Cypress on our local machines, we run it in a headed mode.
Hmm.
On continuous integration, we run it in a headless mode, so you never spin up um, a browser. We are using the Chrome browser as the uh, in our test runners, but you can use
Yep,
Electron and you can also use Firefox, right?
you
Uh,
can.
on your machine, so I don't have Firefox installed, but on your machine
I
that
think I
shows
do.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes up as an option, but and with, I mean, any continuous integration platform, but with this one, GitHub Actions, it was really quite easy to test across different platforms, and also you can do the same for the browsers. You can put up a little matrix and a strategy with the different browsers to make sure everything gets run. Of course, remember you will add to the time it takes.
Yeah. Like in our case, we are running this on CI. We're running this on a Ubuntu machine and a Mac, on Mac OS,
Yeah,
and that doubles the time basically.
it sure does. Yeah.
And so if you really want to go really, really strict, you can run on different browsers, different platforms, and different node versions,
Yes.
which will probably make this unbearable at the end. So you have to
I mean,
draw a line. Yeah,
if you throw money at them, I'm sure they can do these things in parallel. But
yeah, we never actually explored parallel testing on this, or did we?
I think it's just a matter of like passing in use parallel, like variables somewhere, like a boolean. But
Yeah,
um,
but for Cypress, it's just a setting. But it depends on, yeah, it depends if your CI platform actually supports parallel testing. I know
yeah.
Semaphore does and Circle CI does, but I think Semaphore only allows it for paid projects, not open source
Mhm.
free projects. So I think in Cypress it's pretty easy to set it up, but it might not lead to anything unless your platform actually supports it. That's
Mhm.
I think that the conclusion I could draw out of it. And since it's for free, we can also see that it takes time,
Yeah,
because they are, I don't know.
they're probably fulfilling a lot of requests, and
Yeah,
we just got to get in line.
yeah, get in line.
Mm.
So that's it. So uh, I'd create some Docker instances with configs to pick the browser dependencies, run all of them at the same time. Yeah. So
Mm.
you did experiment a lot with Docker and Cypress, right?
I did, yeah, and it is absolutely possible. And with my sort of limited experience with Docker, it was quite easy to get a one Docker image, sorry, a Docker container with Cypress running all by its lonesome, and then networking it to different other containers with, say, a React app, an Angular app, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally doable, and I mean, we sort of did it to make sure it was possible, and then we didn't really take it any further than that.
Yeah.
It becomes a problem, I guess, if you I mean, the reason we did it is because we had a client that works in a monorepo, and they wanted to see, um, if they have like, let's say they have a couple of client-facing, internet-facing products or applications up and running, could they just have one single instance of Cypress installed and not have to worry about installing it for each repository inside the monorepo, which of course makes sense.
Mm.
But then, you have to kind of repoint where Cypress is looking for its tests, because the tests in themselves that you write are going to be specific to the particular, sub-repo or what have you. Um, so that's an interesting problem that we didn't tackle really, because it was more of a proof of concept.
Mm.
But I can think of multiple ways of doing it. Like the new Cypress 10 has this Cypress config where you can put in a little bit of logic to exclude certain test files in certain cases, and depending on variables that you pass in your package JSON. So sky's the limit.
And I think that it would be interesting. What's up with this guy? Why isn't he running? Tiff.
No, you got it. It's got a little green check mark on it.
Oh, okay, but it didn't show on my interface. So that's it. So do you want to click this ready for review so I can merge it?
It is clicked.
It is, huh?
It is now.
Now, and I will squash and merge.
Squash and merge.
And it is co-authored with me.
Nice.
Right. Awesome. Then it is going down. Another one bites the dust.
And I can delete the branch on my screen because it's coming from me. Branch is deleted. And it feels good to get some coding done.
Yep. Talking about this Docker Cypress, we should definitely add it to the list of streams for our viewers, but also for ourselves, because if you do it once, you do it once. If you do it twice, then you probably start to remember some shit.
Yeah, one would hope. My poor little laptop is from 2017, and it didn't love having a lot of different Docker images on it.
Oh, right. But now you're offloading now because you have two computers, right? So
yes, exactly. I'm offloading. It should be fine. It should be much better. I have a double PC streaming setup now, so things should be a little bit smoother. Of course, Thomas and we have this fun challenge where we stream together, obviously from one single account, but it does mean a little bit of juggling. But we should definitely do a Docker stream, and we should try to run one Cypress with two different applications and two different sets of test files, and see if we're clever enough to pull that off. I hope we are. I think so.
Yeah, it would be interesting, because then at least what we could achieve is to test in different viewports, right?
Yeah.
So that in itself could be valuable for us. All right, shall we review what's left? If you want to go to the project.
Pull up my screen. So this has now been merged. So actually, let me do one thing. If I open this up, I think I can close the issue from here in project. So I'm going to close the issue. Do I need to link to the PR? I'm not going to. Okay, so that says closed, and then I move it to done, and we're good to go. Now we only have one thing left for our MVP, which is developer can join a project, which we've set to small. And this very much mirrors a user story that we had for the artists. So the users of this platform fall into either developer category or to artist category. And we have merged already an extremely similar one, which is the artist creates a project. So this would be, figuring out how to send off a little put request, which means adding another intercept and so forth. So that's what's on the docket. Then we've not really organized the backlog. We've just kind of thrown things in there as we've gone along.
It is what it is. It's a
backlog. That's the point. You don't organize the backlog until you do an actual design sprint meeting. If we follow our good agile methodologies. So probably, we have one more stream where we'll sort this out.
Yeah.
And then we should either tackle the back end.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's we've been in the front end.
You feel it, huh? Yeah. So let's do that. We will do another front end stream. I'm inclined to at some point set up Code Climate, because our front end repo has some some refactorings to do. I mean, we're doing like network calls inside of the components that should.
Let's prioritize. I would say let's join the project. Let's do a session after that uh, to set up code climate and run the diagnostics, and then we will just go like boom, so much refactoring, and we can do another stream where we do at least some refactoring, like extracting the network calls into a module, and because they are scattered all over the place right now. Well,
They are.
the interesting thing is that we actually have a module for projects only with the index action, and we don't have we didn't really follow through on that, so we can do a little bit of refactoring, and then the MVP is done, in my opinion, right?
Yeah,
we can do some more styling in terms of a logo or whatever,
yeah, but
just so we have it, but it's really not functionality, so it doesn't really matter. And then I would say let's dive into the API, and the API model is very simple. It's just a project created by someone, and there's a list of project attendees or project members. We're going to have to think about this because if a developer joins a project, let's say an artist sets up a project and he wants to, somebody wants to join it, and once one developer has joined the project, others should also be able to join it, or should we close it for, we have to think a little bit about the business logic here. Because if it depends a little bit on the data model later, right? If you can have several developers working on a project, then we need to build an association, right? And so on.
Yeah.
But there's no need for us to make those decisions right now, but we could definitely, we need to definitely think about it at some point. But I'm very eager to get started with some Python development.
Me too. I've done a little bit of installation of Python in the background, and it's in my spare time, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get up and running.
Really?
Even using PyEnv. I mean, there are many other Python environment managers, but because Python comes bundled with OS X, but it's Python 2.7, and that's like yesteryears, relevant version. So you want to use Python 3, of course, but I'm having a problem right now where OpenSSL, which is the layer that's used to communicate with some of the Python package installer websites, doesn't come with Xcode anymore, and my operating system is too old to to just update brew normally, and it's all frustrating. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully there will be no streams of me just screaming at brew and Apple.
Well, that's full transparency.
It's content.
Open development. We don't discriminate. Good stuff. I think this was an absolute win.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. I'm going to run off to the to meet my wife and her little brother at the Modern Museum. We'll hopefully grab some lunch and look at some modern art.
Yeah, I envy you. I need to come to Stockholm soon.
Come hang out. Well, My wife is not from Sweden, but she says we're a very advanced society because you see adults eating ice cream constantly.
Is that a token of? Is that a measure? Well,
it's one of the great signs. Yes. No, I don't know, but it's just funny to think that here we know to unna oss lite,
Yeah. Well, one would say that we are very advanced because we have healthcare for people.
No. It's ice cream.
Yeah, it's ice cream. All right, thank you very much, Scriptpunk. Thank you very much for the follow.
Yeah,
we are on YouTube if you want to check out some of the all the recordings. You can check that out. Click the subscribe button. We love that, of course. And anybody else who's watching this, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more naked development. No after edits. us
Yeah,
screwing up or us achieving great success. And
yeah,
today was a good success. It was a
yeah.
successful day
That
today.
feels good. Feels good.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers.